So this is a comment, needs just a bit of help interpreting it. Don't fully understand the whole comment, but it's quite a long one. Here we go. Danny, you say the system is rigged and therefore participating in it is giving a rigged system some sort of legitimacy, and that people who do that are endangering your children and the world, brackets, I'm probably wasting my time here, close brackets. Now, I know otherwise, but let us suppose that it is rigged enough to render any possibility of real change impossible. For argument's sake, let us suppose that to be the case. By your behind-the-curve, New Age-ish rhetoric and annoying noise-making, how are you ever going to get enough people to wake up and deliberately unplug themselves from the system when most people's very lives, sustenance depends on being part of the system? You may think that you are making very slow but gradual progress in raising people's awareness to the riggedness of the system. But I would contend that you're actually at great risk of helping create, or at least perpetuate, the rigged system you speak of. Why? Because you yourself admit that you don't yet really know for sure what you're talking about. Yes, don't deny what you yourself have actually stated. And on that, I think we agree. You do not really know what's going on. But, in capitals, I contend that I do. I know what is going on. And I am not merely an avatar and some form of ego void of any reality. I am me, and very really so. But there you would suddenly switch to debating me on a whole different level of discourse and bring up your own rather obviously limited knowledge of epistemology, brackets, philosophy of the mind. In debating, that is called shifting, and it is unethical. The general consensus must be that for all intents and purposes, each one of us, by virtue of being able to say so or deny so, exists. To deny that I really exist is disingenuous of you, and was part of the very same tactic used by others to brainwash you in the first place. Not only do I know that I really do exist, as a relatively sovereign individual person, albeit much limited by the cumulative effects of other people, other entities and forces, but I also know what you are doing is actually playing right into the hands of those whose agendas are destructive and far more oppressive than those which are currently at play. You are risking harming society in your attempt to help society. That is unethical. How do I know that you are at risk of harming society? Debate me according to the strict rules of logical, reasoned, and regulated debating, and I may very well be deemed, not by you per se, by others, as having won the debate hands down. Do it. Otherwise, I fear you will end up becoming severely delusional and at risk of self-harm, as well as placing your own loved ones at risk too. I doubt you will take me up on my offer. You have perhaps unintentionally and inadvertently done me wrong in the past, and mind you, I am not discounting some of the material help that came through, which is actually part of the reason I do care about your real welfare and intellectual interests and personal freedom, liberty, and rights. I can win a debate with you any day, because unlike you, I have always been aware of just how much of our various systems here in the West have been partially rigged. And because I have not fallen for the clever methods of brainwashing the other entities, sometimes the very same ones that seek to further rig society, have managed to implement on you. You don't realize what evil entities' interest your actions, methods, and statements inadvertently serve. The reality is neither the one you seem to think it is, nor the one that other people appear to think it is. The real reality is a hell of a lot more complex and full of shades of grey and nuances than cumulatively add up to one hell of a mess. But it is also a reality we can change by the right message, means, and methods. That's the comment, and I want to hear your comments on that comment. How am I meant to respond to that?